Hey guys, welcome back to the Twisted CB Ranch YouTube channel. There's a couple things in this video that are pretty exciting, so you guys make sure you follow along. That way you can join in the exciting news with Caleb and I. So the first thing I wanted to share with you guys is a couple videos back I posted that I had been accepted as an RRP trainer, which is for taking off-track thoroughbreds and putting them into second careers. And it's a show just strictly for off-track thoroughbreds. Well, good news is Mouse, aka Not Gonna Happen, was accepted as as my partner for that. He will be competing in barrel racing and competitive trail. That will be the second week of October. The other news is we just found out that I am currently pregnant with our first child. I actually go to the doctor tomorrow to make sure everything's okay. And then if everything goes smoothly, we will have our own little bundle of joy come February. So there is something that I want to talk about in this video, and I really think it's something that needs to be talked about in the horse industry. So you guys just stay with me. So the one thing I want to touch on this video is that the do's and don'ts of buying and selling a horse. Now, this has many different variations. People have their own ways of doing stuff. I'm going to share my opinion about it. Feel free to drop comments, and I will make videos, and we will do more more videos like this if you all just drop comments down below and let me know what you want. So the first thing I want to start with is selling. As a seller, have all of your information down to a T. If you were unsure, if you were have a horse consigned with you, if you are consigning a horse, if it is your own personal horse, make sure you represent that horse as best as possible. So I've recently run into this. I have a paint gelding here who was sent to me for a 30-day refresher. He's going to need a lot more work than what this lady is willing to put into him. So he's basically being sold as a project horse. She was told he was about 14. I had a gentleman come look at him who this falls into buyer category. But we'll get to that here in just a second. He's sound. He's been saddled. He's been rode. I did not further my knowledge on this horse when I listed him for sale. I had a guy come and look at him, and he looked at his teeth and told me this horse was 25, and proceeded to tell me that I didn't know what I was doing because of the horse's age being wrong. But I know in my soul and everything that this horse is not 25. The lady that owns him now bought him from his breeder. She knows how old he is. I know this horse is not 25 years old. However, my mistake was I did not check this horse's teeth. He does not have papers. He's grayed. I should have checked his teeth, verified myself that this horse is 14 or so years old, and went from that. Another thing as a seller that you should do is you should have good quality photos of the front profile, both side profiles, and a rear profile. As well as I take confirmation photos. So I do front legs, front and back, or front and side, and I do back legs, front and side. You want to make sure the horse is cleaned up, looks good. You don't want it looking like he's a hobo living on the street. You want him to look good. Another thing as a seller is you want quality videos. So if you have somebody that can video good, keep the dogs barking, don't let try not to have dogs in the background barking, don't have kids screaming, which sometimes that stuff is inevitable, but if you can get videos without that, that's really helpful. Make sure you show your horse off with what they know, and not try to add new stuff while you're taking your sale videos. That way the horse doesn't look confused. The worst thing you can do as a seller is say your horse, oh yeah, my horse does X, Y, and Z, and then you go to show it in a video and the horse is like, what? And then people's like, I don't think that horse knows exactly what you're doing. When a person comes and looks at your horse, make sure they're clean. If it's a horse that I have turned out, I don't catch them. I clean them up when they get there. I catch them when they get there. I saddle them when they're there. I step on them the first time. I do not ever ask a client, say, hey, you ride this horse first. I always ride my horses first. Try to make sure that the distractions are down when you're selling a horse, like dogs running around, kids running around, other people, buzzing in and out. Like, it's just gets too chaotic. If somebody's like, hey, I really want to see a horse do this, but you're like, oh no, I can't do that, I got this to deal with, and stuff like that. You want to make sure your attention is on your client that is looking at the horse. So a few points as a seller or as a buyer. Verify the horse's information if they are registered. If not, you can check their teeth, things like that. Do not belittle the seller. That is the one thing that is like my biggest pet peeve, is do not come on my property and make me look stupid. Verify all the information about the horse. If you are seriously interested in a horse, you should not need 10 million videos of the horse doing the same exercises 3 or 4 times. If you're serious, one set of videos, come look. If you're not happy with it, move on. Don't waste my time. Don't be a tire kicker. Try not, as a buyer, do not bring your dog to run around. Do not bring your kids to run around. Like I said, things happen, but don't bring Grandma Sue, who doesn't understand horses and is in the way and ends up getting hurt on my property, because that's a liability. Another thing as a buyer is don't wander around and look at everything else in the barn, because not that we are trying to hide anything, but there are personal horses in there. You're here to look at this horse. Don't go in my pastures. Don't go in a stall with another horse. If I have something else for sale, I'll tell you. Things like that. That's my biggest pet peeve. I've had that happen. I cannot stand it. Do not ask me 6 million times what else I have for sale, because most of the time I only have one horse for sale at a time, and it's very rare that I have a horse for sale. So on that note, things that you can work together as both the buyer and seller, kind of goes together, is do your research, know your facts, be prepared for any question. Be prepared for the unexpected. Things happen. Kids gotta come. You might have a dog that has to go with you. Things like that. Just make sure when you come on my property, you are respectful, as well as the buyer or the seller needs to be respectful of the buyer, and this buyer should be respectful of the seller's personal property. So with that being said, that is just my personal little PSA. I figured I'd do a video like this, see how it does. If you all have any questions, you see any content you want me to do, let me know and drop it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share our channel. We will be posting a lot more videos coming soon, since I was going TikTok Live, and TikTok Live has since kicked me out. So just don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So something else I forgot to mention in yesterday's video was being a sponsored rider for Revitavet and Equiresp. Revitavet, the owner of Revitavet, had sent me a message and wanted a really good barrel racing picture of myself. So I got my banner in today, so let's open it. I will probably struggle doing this. There should be. You all get to see it first. Let me flip it around. So this is what it looks like. It's got their logo. This is me and my boy Max at the NBHA Open World Show last year. This is actually his first barrel. And then it's got my name on it. So I'm excited.